Hey there, Clashers! It's time to wake up your heroes and watch episode 72 of Clash of Clans Attacks. Now, in yesterday's episode, I showed some failed attacks that were carried out by some of the top players of the game. And a bunch of you were asking, well, Galadon, why don't you ever show any fails of your own? Well, actually, you weren't asking that, but I know you were thinking it. And here's the point where I'm supposed to say, well, I can't show any fails if I only win attacks. But we all know that's not true, so let's go ahead and show a gala fail. Right, so here are the two villages that I will be attacking today, shown side by side because they are actually pretty similar in their layout, with the outer enclosures like that, the inner ring of buildings around the town halls. They both had the exact same troops in the clan castle, and they both had level 40 heroes. And now in each of these attacks there will be two critical points where I'll pause the replay and we'll talk about what went wrong in the first one and where that exact same point went right in the second one. And here comes the first critical point right here. If we look closely, we'll see that I just dropped a lightning spell on about 10 archers. And in a maxed out clan castle at this level, you're talking about 35 spaces. So yeah, mysteriously there's about 24 or 25 spaces left. And I failed to pull those troops out of the clan castle, and that is going to come back and bite me in the butt. So now we'll fast forward through a portion of this attack and get to the point where all of the enclosures have been opened by golems and wall breakers. The wizards have followed behind, and we're going to get to the point here where the last of the wall breakers are coming in. The rage spell goes down to help accelerate them through those walls, and here comes critical point number 2. And that is the heroes who are going to be sorely needed in the middle because those clan castle troops that you can see at the bottom of the screen are still there. Those heroes are going to head towards those surrounding structures that have not been sufficiently cleared, and it's going to cause the king to veer off and never return, and you'll see that leads to disaster. So here come the king and the queen in the middle of a big mess, definitely not the clear path that we would like to see for them. The king heads up to that elixir storage and just keeps going up towards the top of the village. We're never going to see him again. The queen does manage to take out that inferno tower. There's a wasted freeze spell that could have helped against those clan castle witches, because here they come with all of their skeletons and they are going to completely overrun this queen. Just too little too late. When I finally did drop another freeze spell here, there's just too many units that have to be taken out before the queen can go back and focus on that town hall. And eventually she turns and gets one lousy shot on the town hall before she goes down, and this attack is over. Well, I guess the consolation here is it was a war attack and not a loss of 30 or 35 trophies. We did lose that war by 4 stars. I guess if we had lost by 2, that would have been pretty brutal. Okay, so let's move on to the second attack replay. Here I have a chance to redeem myself against Trouble Mice of North 44. And although there are some cosmetic differences to this base, it is functionally basically the same as that first village that I attacked, and I'm going to use the same troops, the same angle and order, and we'll be able to see almost an identical attack, this time just executed more efficiently. And now we will fast forward the attack once again, and we'll get all the way up to the point where we reach that same critical point number 1 as we saw in the first attack. The difference, of course, being that this time all of the clan castle troops have come out. They've bunched up on that golem there. They're going to be able to be easily targeted by one lightning spell. I've got a couple of wizards off to the left there that will be able to mop up anything that's left, and the clan castle will no longer be a factor in this attack. Now here's a little wrinkle in this attack that I didn't notice the first time I watched it, and that is, look at this wall breaker I just dropped. Look at, he's targeting that bottom enclosure there, and that's not where we want them to go. Now, had I dropped him just a little bit higher, like I dropped the rest of these wall breakers here, they target the blue wall that leads to the town hall. That is the enclosure that I wanted to open next. And this is going to take us to critical point number 2 in this attack. Now, just like the critical point 2 in the first attack, I've dropped the heroes off to the left side of the screen, but this time they do have a straight shot to that town hall, as do any of the other surrounding units. Now, unfortunately, that bottom enclosure does get opened and it does distract the queen, but the vast majority of the attacking units do go where they're intended. They head straight for the town hall, and the result is a 2-star victory. So we can really see how the smallest of differences can completely change the outcome of an attack. And that is going to bring episode 72 to a close. Thank you as always for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. Please do check out my other episodes, including how to begin every winning attack and the Clash of Clans Fails series. And I will see you again very soon.